Welcome back to the Igniting Dreams Within podcast. We solve life and business problems that transform businesses and individuals into happier and fulfilled ones. On this episode, I want us to talk about pursuing purpose in Africa. Pursuing purpose in Africa. One of the biggest mistakes that I learned as I'm pursuing my own life's purpose, as I'm pursuing the fulfillment of my life's purpose, I realized that the foundation of purpose that I have, or the framework, the conditioning, the mindset, the foundation that was laid upon my life that I'm pursuing purpose in, it's a framework that's not an African framework. I like what Vusi Timbegwayo says when he talks about entrepreneurship that solves African problems. Not entrepreneurship in Africa or in South Africa that solves European, Western, Northern, Eastern American problems, but African entrepreneurship that solves African problems. In the same manner, if you find or when you realize that the framework that you are pursuing purpose in is flawed, or maybe for the lack of a better word, is mythical to the African context, we need to reframe the context that we are pursuing purpose in Africa in. Number one, if you and I are going to be pursuing purpose in Africa, the pursuit of purpose that we have must be to solve African problems. You cannot be pursuing purpose in Africa where the biggest challenge is hunger, where the biggest challenge is food, but you want to pursue purpose to help save the planet. Yes, saving the planet from plastic, saving the planet from global warming are big problems. But in Africa, you don't even have a factory that produces enough pollution for it to be your own concern. What you're concerned with is, can I feed my cousin? Can I help feed my mother? Can I help feed my grandparents? And this is what frustrates me or pisses me off with the mentality or the mindset that is now coined as black tax. Why are you even calling it black tax? It's your duty. It's your duty as a child, or it's your duty as a human being to take care of those who have sacrificed for you to enjoy the fruits of the future that you are enjoying, or even the one that you desire. Our parents gave up everything that they had, even the little bit that they had, or that they were generating from their jobs, to take us to those private schools for those who were fortunate to go to private school. Some gave up even their own dreams and ideas for you and I to live in the future that we are living in, to be able to go to the schools that we went to. But now you want to tell me that after they've sacrificed everything for you, you want to come back and say that, no, mom, you never built your dream house because you were helping me pursuing my own dreams. But now that I'm set up in my own life, you can stay in your ragged 2-room house with a door that's almost broken, with a broken bread, broken sofas. No. That's not purpose. In African context, when you are pursuing purpose in Africa, realize that the issues that your American or European friends might have are not the same ones that you have in Africa. Yes, your friend in America or Europe or Germany or wherever they are, they might not have a duty to go back home and try to improve the quality and the standard of living for their parents and for their brothers and sisters or even family members. But you as an African, you've got that duty. For you to achieve whatever it is that you are achieving, for you to be wherever it is that you are today, it's because a family member, whether a mother or a father or a brother or a sister, they made sacrifices. Some gave up their own dreams for you to achieve the success that you are achieving, or the success that you desire to achieve. Now you can't come back to your Africa and tell me that the duty, the responsibility that you have of liberating your own mother out of poverty, or liberating your own father and your own brothers and your own cousins, you can't tell me that that responsibility now is a burden to you. No, it's not. You have got that flawed mindset that it's a burden because now you want to compare yourself with the neighbors. The neighbor's child got to work and their own parents and family, they never lived in poverty. So he or she can afford to buy a car immediately the first month when they get paid. But you don't have that luxury yourself. You've got little brothers and sisters who have never gotten a taste of education. Some of them couldn't go to the best universities that you went to. They had to settle for colleges. Sometimes they even had to settle to going and getting a job at ShopRite or at Checkers or at Pick and Pay, so that their parents can afford to take you to vets, to UJ, to TUT, to wherever it is that you went to. Now you can't come back and tell us or tell the family that you will not have a duty or a responsibility to liberate your own family out of poverty because you want to compete with the Jones or with the Kardashians. No, you can't do that. You've got a responsibility as an African man or woman to liberate your own family out of poverty. Pursue purpose in a manner that the poverty that your family experienced, that your grandparents experience, your children, your even grandchildren, even your cousins will not experience that poverty because you got liberated. If your pursuit of purpose only liberates you, then you're a failure. The pursuit and fulfillment of a purpose not only should benefit you, but it should even benefit your family. What good is it for you to drive a Lamborghini or to drive a Koenigsegg and enjoy a life of luxury, but have your brother or your sister starving to death and you not performing your duty and your responsibility towards them, to help them, to liberate them? Yes, there are times where you need to say, no, my brother, go and hustle the way I hustled. But at times you need to lend a helping hand. Because now you want to come back and say that because you have gotten the enlightenment or the Western philosophy of purpose, now you want to come back in Africa and instead of solving the problems that Africans are having, you want to solve American problems in Africa. In Africa, we don't have the problem of too much plastic that we are using. No, we don't. We don't even have plastic to start with. Some of your fellow African brothers, they still, when they've gotten the plastic as a shopping bag, they take that shopping bag or that plastic that's in the form of a shopping bag, they take that and use it as a school bag. Your African duty and responsibility when you've made it is to look back and say, what are the African problems that I can tackle? What are the solutions that I can bring to my fellow African brothers and sisters that will ensure us as an African people that we are all liberated? Yes, we might talk about the fourth industrial revolution, but the fourth industrial revolution that only benefits 10 or 20% of the African population is not beneficial for Africans. We all want to have access to technology. We all want to take our products that we build in our homes and in our garages and take them to the world. But if you are going to let your transformation, if you are going to let your success only be for your own benefit and for it not to benefit your family, or even your brothers and sisters, or even cousins, then you are a failure. When you are pursuing your purpose, ask yourself, what would bring me fulfillment that I'm doing or that I can do to liberate my fellow brothers and sisters? What can I do that will help my neighbors experience the success of or the possibilities of success that are made available to them? Not only when you are in the information and communication sphere, not only should you have Wi-Fi for your own family, but improve the internet infrastructure for your entire community. I like what one university did. I just forgot if it's the University of the Western Cape or is it Eastern Cape, where they took the technology that they are building, the research that they are conducting on internet and reducing data costs, and they took it out of the beautiful university that had everything, that had the internet infrastructure that was top of the range, and they created an internet infrastructure for a community that they even were able to create and offer them affordable data prices. Now that is true African pursuit of purpose. Not only am I concerned about me and my self-actualization, but I'm also concerned about my brothers and my sisters and their liberation. Because if the liberation that I have or that I am pursuing only benefits me, but still keeps my brothers and my sisters in captivity, then I'm no longer free. That purpose that I'm pursuing not only should benefit you and I, but it should benefit the entire community of brothers and sisters, cousins, uncles that we have. So be careful. Don't let change the perspective, change the context that you have of the pursuit of purpose from an European, from an American context or an American framework, and bring it back home to Africa. Solve African problems. Let the pursuit of purpose that you are pursuing, let it solve African problems. What good is the pursuit of purpose if it does not help or does not solve the problems that your fellow brothers and sisters have? If you are a teacher, or if your purpose is to teach, to educate, why don't you also start with those uneducated men or women in your community? Yes, the goal is to also generate an income. Oh, because purpose, if you are pursuing purpose and fulfillment, but you can't make ends meet, then the pursuit of purpose and its fulfillment becomes a burden to you. Oh, you can't eat round of applause. You can't eat God bless you. What you need to eat is food that's good for the stomach, healthy food that would nourish your health, healthy food that would improve the quality of living, healthy food. You need to be able to have memories to build, and the best way to build memories is with experiences with your family and your loved ones. Oh, you can't take a round of applause and give your wife as a romantic gesture or as a romantic dinner. For you to be able to give the most romantic dinners or the most romantic getaways that your wife desires to feel loved by you, you can't give it to them with a round of applause or with God bless you. You need money. As you and I are pursuing, I like the Japanese philosophy of ikigai, finding purpose that benefits you, it feeds you, it benefits the community, it benefits even the world, including you, and it helps you make a living out of that pursuit of purpose. And while you're pursuing purpose in Africa, what are the entrepreneurial ventures that you could go in as you are pursuing the fulfillment of your purpose to ensure that you are making your own ends meet. Oh, there is no honor in feeding your family. There is no honor in feeding your brothers and your sisters. But you find yourself that you can't feed yourself. There is no honor in buying school shoes for the community while your own children have no school shoes. There is no honor in eradicating poverty in the community. But you find that the experience that your own family is living life in is of poverty. While you are pursuing the fulfillment of purpose in Africa, in the African context, find ways that you, as you are solving African problems related to your life's purpose, you will be able to make your own ends meet. Oh, there is no honor. And while you are pursuing your purpose, while you are pursuing purpose in Africa and in the African context, ask yourself, is my community better off in my pursuit of purpose and its fulfillment? Or are they worse off? Case in point, if you find that you are pursuing and getting your fulfillment in a negative connotation, or at the expense of your family's happiness, or at the expense of your fellow brothers and sisters, oh, then you are no better than a criminal or a thug or a drug dealer who's having their fulfillment in the destruction of an entire community, or in the destruction of an entire generation. And I was watching one of my favorite series where I found that there's this girl, Fiona. Is it Fiona? No. I forgot her name. There's this girl who has now become a sales representative. Now, instead of her making money selling pharmaceutical medical products that would benefit their community, they are now selling pharmaceutical products that are not even good for their community. That's destroying the community. It's expensive. It's not even necessary or needed by her community. Her community can't even afford them. But because it helps her make a living out of it, at the expense of other human beings or other fellow brothers and sisters in the community, she does it nonetheless. What good is the pursuit of money and purpose when it's done at the destruction of the quality of life and living and standard of living of your fellow brothers and sisters? Oh, there is no honor. There is no honor in climbing the ladder of success only to find that it's leaning against the wrong building, or to climb the ladder of success only to find that you did it at the expense of your own happiness, only to find that you did it at the expense of your wife, of your family, of your loved ones, and sometimes even at the expense of your entire community or even generation. Oh, there is no honor in pursuing purpose that destroys the lives of others. And one last final thought. As you are pursuing your purpose in the African context, or solving African problems with your purpose, don't forget your duty. It is your duty to liberate your fellow brothers and sisters. It is your duty to give a taste and to stretch the mentality. I like what Gwede said. Gwede said that once the mind is stretched by a new idea, once the mind is stretched by a new way of thinking, it can never go back to its original dimensions that were limited or that were constrained by a lack of imagination. As you are pursuing your life's purpose. Inspire others to do the same. Share with others what's helping you, changing you, and transforming you and your lives. And when you do that, you will find that not only will you be actualized, not only will you be fulfilled, but you helping your fellow brothers and sisters achieve that fulfillment, achieve that liberation that you are enjoying. In the process of you doing that, you are sowing seeds. I like what my mentee, Mamabolo, says. She says that my purpose is to sow seeds and to nurture seeds of hope in others. And I pose this as a challenge to you as you are pursuing your purpose, or as you are busy crafting the vision, as you are busy reflecting on 2019 towards you going into 2020 and crafting that vision for 2020. What is your dream to nurture, to plant and to nurture those seeds of hope, or those seeds of possibilities in your fellow brothers and sisters? What are you doing to stretch the minds, to stretch the imaginations of your fellow brothers so that their minds or their thinking never goes back to the original dimensions that they had previously of limited thinking and limited possibilities? And as I ignite your own dreams, turn and ignite the dreams of your fellow brothers and sisters. This has been Ebenezer Mamabolo, your host of the Igniting Dreams Within podcast, where we solve life and business problems. Pursue your purpose, my friend. Fulfill your purpose and solve African problems. And if you are saying, Mr. Mamabolo, I am going into 2020, but I don't know how to set goals. I don't know how to align my goals and my vision with my life's purpose. I want you, Mr. Mamabolo, to coach me. I want you to help me as my coach. You can contact me on WhatsApp or by telephone or SMS at 071 639 7807, or the same number but with an international reference, +27. I repeat, +27 71 639 7807, or you can just drop me an email at cyber.general.em@gmail.com. I'll attach all of my contacts in the description of this podcast so you can get hold of me properly. Thank you for tuning in. Pursue your purpose in the African context. See you next time, my friend.